Alex was a young man who had just moved to a small town for his new job. He was quiet and a little shy. He didn't know many people yet, and often spent his evenings walking around the town, trying to learn more about his new home. The town was peaceful, with small streets and parks where families and children played. But Alex liked to explore the quieter places where he could think and feel calm. One cool evening, as the sun was setting and the sky turned pink and orange, Alex took a walk to the biggest park in town. The park was usually empty at this time, and he liked the quiet there. He walked slowly, listening to the soft sounds of birds and the gentle wind through the trees. As he reached a small clearing near a pond, something caught his eye. There, sitting on a bench by herself, was a girl. She looked different from anyone Alex had ever seen. She had long, shining hair that seemed to catch the last light of the sun. Her eyes were large and bright, and they seemed to glow just a little, as if they were not quite like normal human eyes. She wore simple clothes but carried herself with a calm and strange grace. Alex felt a mix of surprise and curiosity. She did not look scared or nervous. Instead, she seemed peaceful, but also very alone. Alex wanted to say hello, but wasn't sure how. After a moment of hesitation, he gathered his courage and walked toward her. When he was close enough, he smiled gently and said, "Hi, I'm Alex. I just moved here." The girl looked up at him slowly, her eyes wide with surprise. Alex noticed she seemed unsure about how to respond. So, trying to be friendly, he added, "You're beautiful." The words came out softly, but they held a meaning he hoped would make her smile. But instead of smiling or saying thank you, the girl's expression changed. Her eyes grew even wider, and she looked confused. She blinked a few times, as if trying to understand what Alex had said. Then, instead of answering, she looked down at her hands. Her fingers trembled just a little, and Alex realized she was feeling something strong inside, but it was not happiness or comfort. It was something different. Maybe fear or confusion. Alex felt surprised. He had expected her to smile or at least say something kind back. Instead, her silence made him wonder why she reacted that way. Was she shy? Was she sad? Or was there something else he did not understand? He sat down carefully on the bench beside her, giving her some space but hoping she would feel safe. "I didn't mean to scare you," he said quietly. "I just wanted to tell you that you look nice." The girl looked at him again, her eyes searching. Then she slowly nodded once, almost like she was trying to remember what the word beautiful meant. Alex realized that she was not like other people he knew. She was special, and maybe she did not understand human feelings the way others did. He wanted to learn more about her, to help her feel less alone. For the next few minutes, they sat quietly together. The park around them was calm and peaceful. The sun disappeared behind the trees, and the first stars started to appear in the sky. Alex looked at the girl, wishing he could find the right words to make her smile, to make her feel welcome in this strange new place. Finally, the girl looked up and spoke, but her voice was soft and different. "Why did you say I am beautiful?" she asked. Her words were simple but held a deep question. Alex thought for a moment. "Because you are," he said simply. "Sometimes when someone looks kind or different in a good way, it's nice to say it. It makes people feel happy. This a day." Girl nodded slowly again. She looked at the sky, then back at Alex. "I want to understand this feeling," she said quietly. "The feeling of being called beautiful." Alex smiled. "I can help you with that," he said. "We can be friends." The girl looked at him with a small, hopeful smile, the first one Alex had seen. It was a little shy, but it was there. He knew this moment was just the beginning of something new and unusual. As the night grew darker, Alex and the girl stayed on the bench, talking softly about simple things, about the stars, about the trees, about the town. Alex learned that the girl's name was Lyra, but there was much about her he still did not understand. He felt excited and a little nervous. He knew his life was about to change in ways he never imagined, all because of a simple word: beautiful. After that evening in the park, Alex found himself thinking about the girl named Lyra more than he expected. She was mysterious and unlike anyone he had ever met. He wanted to understand her better. So, the next day, after work, he went back to the park, hoping to see her again. To his surprise and relief, Lyra was there, sitting on the same bench. When she saw Alex, she did not look confused or scared this time. Instead, there was a quiet curiosity in her eyes. Alex smiled and sat, down a little far from her, not wanting to rush anything. "Hi, Lyra," he said softly. "How are you today?" Lyra looked at him carefully before answering. "I am okay," she said. "Thank you for asking." Alex noticed her voice was different, calm but not quite like normal human speech. It was clear she was trying hard to speak well. Maybe because English was not her first language, or because she had not spoken much before. "I want to learn more about your world," Lyra said after a pause. "You said I am beautiful yesterday, but I am not sure what that means exactly." Alex nodded. "It means you look nice, but it is more than just looks. It means there is something special about you that makes others feel good when they see or think about you." Lyra listened closely, her head tilting slightly. "I want to understand this feeling. In my home, we do not say things like this. We show feelings differently." Alex's interest grew. "Your home? Where is it?" Lyra hesitated, then said, "Far away. Not on Earth." Alex blinked, trying to make sense of her words. "You mean, you're not from here? You're from another planet?" Lyra nodded slowly. "Yes, I am from a place far in the stars. I came here by accident. My ship broke, and I could not go back." Alex's heart raced. This was more incredible than anything he had ever imagined. But he also felt a strong desire to help her. "Do you want me to help you?" Alex asked. Lyra looked surprised, but then nodded. "Yes, please." Over the next days, Alex met Lyra often. Each meeting was like a small adventure. He taught her simple things about Earth, how people greet each other, what emotions like happiness and sadness feel like, and how to enjoy small moments like the taste of food or the sound of music. Lyra was a quick learner, but also very careful. She asked many questions. Sometimes she would pause and stare at the sky, as if trying to remember something from her distant home. One afternoon, Alex brought her a book with pictures of Earth's animals and plants. Lyra's eyes shone as she pointed at the pictures and repeated the names slowly. She loved learning about life on Earth. But not everything was easy. Lyra often felt lonely. She missed her family and the place she came from. Alex tried to comfort her, telling stories about friendship and hope. One day, while they were sitting by the pond, Lyra looked at Alex and said, "In my world, we are not allowed to trust strangers. But here, I feel safe with you." Alex smiled. "You can trust me, Lyra. You are not alone." That moment felt special to both of them. It was a small bridge between two very different worlds. However, the more time passed, the more Alex noticed people in town starting to look at Lyra strangely. Some whispered when she walked by. Others took pictures, secretly. One time, a man followed her for a little while before turning away. Alex worried. He knew Lyra was different and fragile. He did not want anyone to hurt her or make her feel scared. "One evening," he told Lyra, "we have to be careful. Not everyone will understand you. Some people might be afraid." Lyra nodded, looking worried. "I do not want to hide, but I also want to be safe." Alex promised her, "I will protect you as best as I can." Despite the growing fear, their friendship grew stronger. Alex learned that Lyra's home was a place where feelings were shown by actions and not words. Compliments like beautiful were rare and confusing. But with patience, she was starting to understand that on Earth, words could carry kindness and hope. One day, Alex asked her, "What do you miss most about your home?" Lyra closed her eyes and took a deep breath. "My family. The sky there looks different. It has colors you cannot see here, and there is a warmth that I cannot feel on Earth." Alex felt a pang of sadness for her. He wished he could do more. But maybe, Lyra added slowly, this world can teach me new kinds of warmth. Alex smiled again. Yes, and we can learn from each other. Their friendship became a quiet story of trust between two very different beings. Alex saw her not just as someone strange, but as a friend with a unique story. Lyra began to smile more often, and her fear of the unknown started to fade. But deep down, they both knew challenges were coming. The town was watching, and soon, their peaceful secret might be tested. For now, though, they cherished every moment they had together. Two souls from different worlds connected by kindness, and a simple word called beautiful. As days passed, the friendship between Alex and Lyra grew stronger. They met regularly in the park, always finding new things to talk about and share. Alex felt a deep connection with Lyra, and she was slowly opening up to him, learning more about Earth and human feelings. Alex tried to help Lyra feel comfortable with the strange new world around her. He showed her simple things that people enjoyed, like eating ice cream on a hot day, watching the stars at night, and listening to music that made people feel happy or calm. Lyra was amazed by all these small joys she had never experienced before. Her eyes would light up when she tasted something sweet or heard a beautiful song. One afternoon, as they sat by the pond, Alex taught Lyra about smiling. "A smile is a way we show we are happy or friendly," he said. "It helps others know we care." Lyra practiced smiling, though at first it felt strange to her. Slowly, her face began to soften, and a shy but real smile appeared. Alex was happy to see this change. It made him believe that trust was growing between them. But learning about feelings was not easy for Lyra. She often asked questions about things Alex took for granted. Why do people get angry? Why do they cry when sad? Why do they sometimes hide their true feelings? Alex answered patiently, explaining that humans were complicated and sometimes scared or hurt, which made their emotions confusing even to themselves. Lyra listened carefully, trying to understand this new world. Lyra also shared stories about her own people and their ways. She explained that on her planet, feelings were expressed through colors and light around the body, not by words or facial expressions. Compliments like beautiful were almost meaningless because everyone could see each other's feelings clearly. Alex found this fascinating. "That must be amazing," he said. "But it also sounds lonely if you can't hide how you feel." Lyra nodded. "It is both beautiful and difficult. Sometimes I wish I could choose when to show my feelings." Their talks grew deeper, and Alex began to realize how much Lyra missed her home. She told him about her family and friends and the stars they watched together before her journey to Earth. One evening, after a long talk, Alex said, "You're very brave, Lyra. Being here, learning all this, it's not easy." Lyra smiled, softly. "I want to be brave, but sometimes I am scared I will never fit in." Alex reached out and gently touched her hand. "You don't have to be like everyone else to belong. You just have to be yourself." Lyra looked at his hand and then into his eyes. For the first time, she felt a deep trust, a feeling she was only beginning to understand. Their peaceful days, however, did not last forever. People in town started noticing Lyra more. She was different in ways they couldn't explain, and rumors began to spread. Some people whispered about strange sightings. Others grew curious or fearful. One day, Alex saw a group of teenagers watching Lyra from a distance, whispering and pointing. He felt angry and protective, but tried to stay calm. "Lyra," he said quietly when they were alone. "People are starting to notice you. Some might not be kind." Lyra's face grew pale. "What will happen to me?" Alex didn't have an answer. "I will do everything I can to keep you safe." But Lyra understood the danger. She had been alone on Earth for some time, hiding parts of who she was. Now it was harder. One afternoon, Alex brought her to a small, quiet place in the woods away from the town. They sat under tall trees where sunlight filtered through the leaves. "Here you can be yourself without worry," Alex said. "No one will bother you." Lyra looked around, breathing deeply. "Thank you, Alex. You are a good friend." Their friendship was now more than just two people talking. It was a safe place where Lyra could learn to be human, and Alex could learn to see the world through her eyes. As time went on, Lyra's reaction to kindness began to change. The fear and confusion she had felt when Alex first called her beautiful slowly softened. She started to understand that words could carry hope and comfort, not just meanings to decode. One evening, as the sun set, Alex said again, "Lyra, you really are beautiful, not just because of how you look, but because of who you are." This time, Lyra smiled fully. She looked into his eyes and said, "Thank you, Alex. I feel something warm inside when you say that. I think I understand now." Alex felt happy and relieved. It was a small but powerful moment, a sign that their friendship had opened a new door for her. But even as they grew closer, the outside world was watching. The town's curiosity was becoming concern, and Alex knew that soon they might have to face bigger challenges together. For now, though, Alex and Lyra held on to the quiet strength they found in each other, knowing that trust and kindness could help them through whatever came next. As the days went by, the peaceful moments Alex and Lyra shared were shadowed by a growing problem. More and more people in the town were noticing Lyra's strange behavior and unusual appearance. Her eyes that sometimes seemed to glow, her quiet way of speaking, and the mystery around her made people curious but also afraid. One morning, Alex arrived at the park to find that Lyra was missing from their usual bench. He searched the paths and called her name quietly, but there was no answer. Later, he learned that some people had seen her walking near the town center and started asking questions. Rumors began to spread quickly. At first, the rumors were harmless. Whispers about a strange girl who didn't seem to belong. But soon, the tone changed. Some people started to worry that she might be dangerous or that she was hiding secrets. The local police got involved, trying to find out who she was and why she was in town. Alex was terrified. He knew that if the authorities found out the truth about Lyra, that she was not from Earth but an alien, they might separate them or worse. He worried about her safety more than ever. One evening, Alex found Lyra hiding in an old abandoned building on the edge of town. She looked tired and scared. When she saw him, she sighed in relief. "They are looking for me, Alex," she said softly. "I do not want to be taken away." Alex sat beside her and held her hand gently. "I won't let that happen. We will find a way to keep you safe." Lyra looked at him with tears in her eyes. "I wish I could go back to my home, but I cannot. My ship is broken, and I have no way to fix it here." Alex felt a deep sadness for her. He wanted to do something, but he didn't know what. All he could do was promise to be there. Over the next days, Alex helped Lyra hide from those who were searching for her. They stayed in secret places, changing locations often. It was hard for Lyra, who missed the open sky and fresh air, but she trusted Alex completely. Alex also tried to explain to her the dangers of being different in this world. Some people fear what they do not understand, he said. That fear can make them do things that hurt others. Lyra listened and nodded. I never wanted to cause fear. I only wanted to learn and be kind. Alex smiled softly. And you have been kind. That's what matters. Despite the danger, Lyra's feelings about Earth changed. She began to see the beauty in the people who showed kindness, like Alex. She wanted to stay and learn more, but she knew the time was running out. One day, Alex took Lyra to a quiet place he had found in the woods, a small clearing surrounded by tall trees and soft grass. The sun filtered through the leaves, making everything look golden. I want you to know, Alex said, that no matter what happens, you are not alone. You have friends here. Lyra looked at him with hope. Thank you, Alex. Your friendship means everything to me. Just then, distant voices could be heard approaching. Alex's heart beat faster. They both knew the search was coming closer. I think it is time, Alex whispered. We need to decide what to do next. Lyra nodded. I do not want to hide forever, but I am afraid. Alex took a deep breath. Whatever happens, I will be with you. As the voices grew louder, they stood up together, ready to face the future. Though the path was uncertain, their bond had grown into something strong and real. They knew that kindness and trust could shine even in the darkest moments, and so, with hope and courage, they prepared for whatever would come next, together. After the tense moments in the woods, Alex and Lyra knew their lives were about to change forever. The people of the town were growing more curious and worried, and the search for Lyra was becoming more serious. But despite the fear and uncertainty, their friendship stayed strong. Alex looked at Lyra and saw not just someone different or strange, but a friend who had taught him so much about kindness, courage, and trust. He wanted her to feel safe and happy no matter what. One quiet evening, as the sun was setting and painting the sky in soft colors, Alex took Lyra back to the park bench where they first met. The place held many memories, the first words, the smiles, and the moments of learning and hope. Lyra looked around and smiled softly. This place feels like home now, she said quietly. Alex nodded. You're part of this place, Lyra. You belong here just like anyone else. They sat together, watching the stars begin to twinkle in the darkening sky. For a moment, the worries and dangers seemed far away. Then, Alex spoke gently. I want you to know that calling you beautiful wasn't just about how you look. It's about who you are inside. You are brave, kind, and special. Lyra's eyes shone with warmth. Thank you, Alex. That means more to me than you know. As days passed, the search continued, but something changed in the town. People began to hear the story of the girl who was different but kind. Slowly, fear turned to curiosity, and some people started to understand that being different was not something to be afraid of. Alex and Lyra's friendship became a symbol of hope, a reminder that kindness could cross even the biggest gaps between worlds. One morning, a group of people approached Alex and Lyra, not with anger or fear, but with questions and kindness. They wanted to learn about Lyra, to understand her story. Lyra smiled, feeling more confident. She shared stories about her home and the journey that brought her to Earth. People listened carefully, and some even offered help. Though Lyra's ship could not yet be fixed, she no longer felt alone or unwanted. She had found a new family in the people of the town. Alex looked at her with pride and happiness. You've taught us all something important, he said. That kindness and understanding can change the world. Lyra nodded. And I have learned that being called beautiful is more than just a word. It is a feeling that connects us all. Their story ended not with goodbye, but with a new beginning. Lyra stayed on Earth, continuing to learn and grow, and Alex stayed by her side as a true friend. Together, they showed that even the smallest words, like beautiful, can bring light to the darkest places and build bridges between worlds. And so, in a quiet town, under the same stars that watched over them both, two very different souls found friendship, hope, and a place to belong.